lecture, we will discuss about price escalation or adjustment. First of all, what is price escalation? Price escalation is a contractual provision that allow for any increase or decrease in the contract price based on measurable changes in the cost of key inputs after the contract has been signed. And what is the purposes of price escalation? To protect stakeholder, both the client and contractor from market fluctuation, to ensure that contractor is not forced to bear all the cost increases due to market fluctuation, and to maintain fairness and sustainability over time. Now, how to find price escalation? Price escalation clause can be based on, you need to add clause in contract for price escalation. So price escalation clause can be based on fixed formula, can be actual cost verification or agreed escalation percentage per year. We will discuss actual cost verification here. So what are the general steps of our actual cost verification? In first step, we will determine actual burden per month. Then we will calculate coefficients. Then we will collect data of monthly bulletin rates. Then we will calculate price escalation factor and then price escalation amount. In first step, we can extract monthly burden from approved RFIs or approved IPCs. Almost both the things are the same, but if you go in a detail, there is slightly some changes. If IPCs submitted monthly wise, you do not need to do step number one. You can start from step number two. Step number one is for if your IPCs are not submitted monthly wise. So first of all, we will determine daily work done. This is some random project which start on 1st September 2022, and first IPC is generated on 2nd December 2022 after 93 days, and total amount of that IPC is 28.39 million dollar. So our burden per day is around about 305 to $74 per day. So if we multiply per day burden into total days, we will find total burden and that month. For example, in September 2022, total day is 30, burden per day is 305 to 74. Multiply these to 30. So our monthly burden is 9.158238 billion, well, in September 2022, and then so on. In step number two, we will find coefficient weightages. First of all, list all the items which you think cost around 33% of the total project cost. Select item, not activity. For example, concrete is an activity, so you can't take a concrete for a price escalation coefficient. You need to take cement, brush, sand, or water, anything which have more than 3% of cost effect. In road project, the most of the time, bitumen, labor, fuel, or sometimes cement, steel count for coefficient. In building project, cement, steel, labor, fuel, or maybe sometimes bricks or blocks. Now we will take some example for finding coefficient weightage. For example, some random project which have a CA cost of $100 million. The CA cement cost comes out around 4.5 million, steel 19.5, fuel is 10%, and labor cost around 12%. And all the other individual item cost less than $3 million. So cement is simple, 4.5 divided by total cost, 4.5% or 0.045. Steel is 19.5, labor is 10%, fuel is 10%, labor is 12%. So all these are the variables. So now we need to sum all these variables. 4.5 plus 19.5 plus 12 plus 10, which is equal to 46% or 0.46. And then fixed portion, one is the sum of fixed and variable. If variable is 46%, then fixed will be 1 minus variable, 1 minus 0.46, 54% or 0.454. If fixed value goes equal or above 70% or 0.75, price escalation is not allowed. You can't claim price escalation if fixed percentage is 70% or more. It means the rate is not that much change. So you can't claim price escalation at that scenario. And if fixed value goes equal or below 30%, it means market fluctuate too much. So in that case, CA should be revised. So it means you can only claim escalation in between 30 to 70%. In step number 3, just collect all the uh, uh, rates of months of that item which have more than 3% off, like what we discussed in above: cement, steel, labor, and fuel. In step number 4, price escalation factor. This is the adjustment factor formula. A is fixed weightages, B is weightages of individual item, L is current rate of that item, and LO is the base rate of that item. Escalation factor, ad- adjustment factor minus 1 is escalation factor. Let's take a random project which was discussed of whose coefficient is determined earlier. Maybe the project start on 1st January 2025 and we need escalation factor for the June 2025. So what will we do? We will calculate data of June 2025 rate. We already have a base rate of January 2025 and weightages. So coefficient already calculated above. Current rate, labor $20 per day, cement is $28 per bag, steel is 1000 per ton, diesel is 0.84 per liter. The units of current rate and base rate should be same. For example, if we take 20 labor per day, so we can't take basic rate for per month. So the maybe you can take per month for both basic rate and current rate, but you can't pick different um, and then adjustment factor and escalation factor. Step number 5. In June 2025, the amount of warden is $8.3 million. So just multiply escalation factor with warden.